Say it again.
And that's how you get dick cheese.
Oh, lovely.
Oh man, it's been a while since we streamed just to YouTube for this shit.
Yeah, because I'm not technologically advanced enough, and I'm now getting into the stage where I'm a technophobe because I'm old.
Yeah, definitely old. All right.
Yeah. Oh well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the reins tonight.
Oh yeah.
Fucking yeah. So the question is, did the banana for scale survive?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that the bananas in the fuselage have become nothing more than charred particles of carbon.
poor banana. What did it do?
That's a good question. I guess the easier question to ask is, what didn't it do? Did it do
Yeah.
enough to protect itself?
Well, the last time I saw it, it was sort of in a sort of like a bondage situation, being strung in the middle of the cargo bay by a bunch of ropes and stuff. So I think Elon Musk has got a bit of a weird fetish for bananas.
Only a little bit. Just a tiny fetish.
Bring out a gimp and it's a banana in pajamas. Bananas in
Instead of
pajamas, they like the whips and
So
chains.
what you're saying is, instead of a gimp suit, it's just a regular old onesie with like the little butt flap on it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it looks like some fucked up fucking Moon Man thing from fucking Macca's. Mac tonight. Hey, maybe that's what the
Oh,
reference is supposed to sort of be.
I miss Mac Tonight, man. If Mac Tonight hadn't um if that one fucking cheese dick hadn't went and said, oh, that's my dad's song. Oh, I'm getting litigious over here. Oh.
And then when he went to court, he explained, yep, it actually wasn't your dad's song. Your dad ripped it off a bunch of other people, and then
That
Macca's ripped
rip
it off your dad.
No. See, there's an even longer story to that. Do you know the full story?
Well, there's variations of it that goes back like fucking almost 100 years or something
But
bloody like that.
do you know the whole story, like the whole story? Like the just the bare bones of the story.
Oh, yeah, the vague sort of outline of it, yeah.
So the bare bones was, there was a play done in like fucking 1500s or something, and it was um and it was done like about this, like, it was called the Christ, what was it called? It was called like
Mac the
the
knife.
fucking no, it wasn't called Mac the Knife. That wasn't introduced. Well, it was one of the characters,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like the name of the character. Like, the name of the character was like Captain something or other in this play, and it was like originally called like the 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 poor man's opera or something like that. I forget the exact name of it, but it starts out as this like takedown of like higher social, and people loved it, right? Because it was like, it was the first play that was done for like the common man, and they were like all for it. Like, everyone showed up. It was like the 15 to 1700s. I'm not exactly sure on the dates. There's actually a really good video about Mac the Knife on this guy named Emp Lemon on YouTube. Goes through the whole spiel. So I'm giving you a very condensed version of it. And what happens is, this guy, Captain, what's his name, is like the villain of the show. Then, like 100 years later or something, some commie gets his hands on it and calls it the Three Penny Opera. And now it's an actual, like, full-on musical. And they, like, rework the play. And now they're like, okay, cool. Now we have something that really more so reflects, like, the communist mindset, and people were still eating it up for some reason. And the captain, what's his name, got renamed to Mac the Knife. And the star of the show, well, not the star, well, I guess he was the star of the show at this point, because the focus became this serial killer who was called Mac the Knife. And the guy who played him was like, I'm not doing this thing unless there's an intro song for my character. And he throws this big shit fit, and the playwright was like, all right. So he slaps together this song, and then like another 100 years passes. So like now we're in like the 1900s, the early 1900s, when the opera comes here to the States. And obviously it starts in New York and then it spreads out to the rest of the fucking country. So now you have a 200-year-old play that's been reworked a couple of times to include this song. The song that introduces a fucking serial killer gets picked up by jazz musicians, by crooners, by however many people, right? And it goes all up into the fucking 1950s when it like fucking peaks out. And I think it was Bobby Darin does a rendition of it, and then the song just kind of fades into obscurity. 30 years later, they're doing this campaign. McDonald's doing this campaign, and the guy in the fucking son of Bobby Darin is like just screaming like a retard to fucking, oh shit, we just got banned off of YouTube, didn't we? So he's screaming like a fucking retard, and like he's kicking and screaming, and McDonald's is like, we're not having it. It's fair use. It's a public domain song. We can do whatever the fuck we want with it, which McDonald's is absolutely right to do. And they keep doing these commercials. They get like 50 or 60 commercials out of it. And then they finally relent in somewhere in the mid 90s, and they're like, yeah, this campaign's already run its course. We're just going to settle out of court. Surprise, you basically get nothing. And then in the early 2000s, so like we go almost a decade without this character being in the public eye, and then we go almost a decade, so 2000s comes around, internet becomes a thing, and some of the very first memes that were pumped out were Mac Tonight, the old McDonald's character who has now been renamed Moon Man. And it starts with like a couple of like text to speech applications that are, that are designed around a web page, and like you put in what you want and the web page spurts out fucking, this stupid robot speech, right? And the character gets like put in animations, and eventually it transforms into like people taking the joke further and making racist jokes with it. And then you get these websites that are like, shit, people are making, memes out of this. People are being like uncouth with this. People are being really, really mean with this technology. So they pull the text to speeches down. They pull the they slap cease and desist orders on Moon Man, and then he fades into obscurity again. Now the next time he comes up is like 10 years ago in fucking Korea, and then like another couple years pass by, and like now he's selling McDonald's at fucking 2 a.m. in fucking Seoul now.
Honestly, with the whole like the Moon Man renaming thing,
Yeah.
so like you guys have different names for things that like that, like we know them as different things in other countries. Like say the cunt that used to bloody advertise for Seven Up. His name was Fido Dido, but you
Oh
guys
yeah, we had
call it
Spot.
phonetically. Yeah, and like there's like the fucking remember you guys used to call it phonetically, and it's like Fido Dido, and it's like what the fucking hell. And then when like Moon Man sort of came out, it's like, hang on, that's Mac Tonight, and we just thought that was just some retarded way you guys were saying it. And like then I found out about that was co-opted and shit, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense now.
Yeah, it was co-opted the same way that like the communists co-opted it and changed it into like a fucking serial killer.
Mm.
So it's just like meme culture got a hold of it like in the early days of meming and just said, why the hell not? What's the worst that can happen?
But getting back to the word retard, right? It's going to be fucking hilarious because a lot of the news channels have been talking about the aircraft dropping fire retardant.
Oh, I know, it's been great.
But yeah,
You
they're not getting into trouble for it. But
you know what's
that's
been
another.
better than that?
uh,
The lefty retards finding out about Redbook and then finding out that, hey, maybe you shouldn't share your gender bullshit with us. Maybe you shouldn't share like who you like to fuck with us.
Yeah,
That that's
it's
been
not a
fun to
loosely
watch.
CCP fucking thing. Oh, what, you don't believe that we're like the CCP stooges in TikTok? Well, here's another one that's like so overtly fucking thing. We just
Oh
basically
yeah.
called it the Little Red Book.
Yeah.
But
Um
then uneducated people probably wouldn't get that reference too. And it's Mao's
mhm,
Little Red Book and his fucking communist ideals and shit.
yeah. I'm just okay, so I'm looking at this whole Redbook situation, right? And I'm just going to myself like, do these people like, yeah, cool, they're seeing like some of the cool shit in China because let's call a spade a spade. There is some cool shit happening in China,
Most of it's fake, but
but it's a veneer
mm,
gesture. This YouTube only, yes, we were having problems getting Rumble to work and getting Kick to work. And everything was just being a bitch on my end. So Farty has the reins tonight. Um, but
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm seeing all these fucking lefties jump ship, and I saw a post from Redbook, and they're like, "Hey, TikTok refugees, we're glad you're here, but here are the rules." And there's like this big fucking wall of text on like what is okay and not okay to share. And the fucking lefties are just going out of their way to ignore it. And I've seen a couple punted off the platform already,
Mm.
which is just hilarious. It's like so when they all eventually all fall like dominoes. Red
Well,
Book, this site literally named after Chinese propaganda.
yeah, it
Yeah.
just fucking proves the point though that like fucking what sensible people like myself are saying is that if you have a look at Chinese TikTok and it's all just fucking educational shit, all right? But then you have a look at American TikTok and it's all just spasticated fucking nonsense, like people doing stupid shit and fucking basically losing their fucking minds and being encouraged to do so. And this is
Oh yeah.
basically the sort of psychological warfare that they're actually committing with TikTok, and that is to dumb the Western countries down and encourage the stupidity and all this kind of shit. Whilst on the other hand, they're trying to improve the intelligence and education of their own fucking population, um, so that effectively, they've got smart people supposedly fucking fighting against dumb cunts. And when they basically go, oh, what, you don't believe that it's a communist nonsense? Let's see how fucking dumb you are. Look, here's like an overt communist thing, and like, oh yeah, we're all going to migrate over there, and the Chinese are just like, yep, see, fucking told you. But of course, you can't tell these dumb cunts this because dumb cunts are so stupid that they don't know they're fucking stupid, even to the point when you tell them they're fucking stupid, they're too fucking stupid to understand that you're right.
Oh yeah. For real.
Yeah,
Duster says the TikTok was a weapon. Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
psychological warfare.
We all knew it was a weapon. Like when they first released it, we knew that it was going to be the fucking CCP like intentionally trying to stir shit up in the States, intentionally to break the country up into at least halves. Says Red Book also banned LGBT shit over there. Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, they don't like that shit anyway.
Yeah, there's the CCP fucking hates it. They started this shit with us. Them and Russia both started this shit with us. They planted the seeds. And people are like, "Oh, well, I can honestly see this stream getting taken down for misinformation."
Yeah, by the people who don't understand it, there's many, many uses for the word retard or retardant or something like that. Like a
Yeah.
train has a retarder, and that's simply just a braking system that's designed to slow it down. And that's what retard means, is a slowed version of something. To retard something is to slow it down. And it's a fucking common term that's used in engineering and fucking all sorts of other places. It doesn't just mean a derogatory term for somebody who has a disability or anything like that. And I wish people would just fucking get over it. And this is part and parcel of America's fucking stupidity, because YouTube's run by dumb fuck Americans who can't speak the King's English properly. So therefore they think, oh, you said word must be bad. They really didn't like a comment I made the other day where I equated DEI to direct entry idiot, and then I went and explained it as like it's a play on an Australian Army term for a direct entry officer, which is a civilian qualification that they give like rank to, and then
Yeah.
basically a place in the army. And most of these people can't even pass basic. But they saw direct entry idiot, and they thought I was calling the person I was commenting to, oh, you're an idiot. But then, like 2 comments down, someone says "fuck," and their comment goes up. Like, what the why is everybody else allowed to fucking swear on YouTube, but the Australian isn't? Like, what happened to fucking getting in the road of other people's cultures and all this kind of shit? We swear like fucking troopers, and we got fucking freedom of speech out here, but some dumb shit in fucking California is like, no, because we think that the world is America and then our rules and all this. I'll go fuck off and burn your cunt.
Dester says retard in French is an aviation warning. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, yeah, on Airbuses, um, instead of flaring, so as a plane comes into land, you pull back up on the column and it basically slows down your descent. And
Yeah.
it's called flaring in the Western world. But when you look at fucking cockpit footage of Airbuses coming into land and they've got a vocal warning, like retard, retard, retard.
Yeah, it means to slow down.
Yeah.
The word
That's telling you
retard
that.
literally translates, or literally is defined as to slow, impede, or halt the movement
Mm-hmm.
or progress of. And guess
Yeah.
what? The CCP's been doing with fucking TikTok. Guess
Mm.
what our fucking politicians have been doing with fucking the federal fucking school board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't
Ooh, no
help. Yeah,
wonder
when
why
your own government's
everyone.
trying to fucking slow people down too.
Dude, I just figured out why everyone's all up in arms about the word retard.
Because they're all retarded and they're offended. They're all being
Well,
slowed down.
okay. So no one likes to be told they're wrong, right? No
Mm-hmm.
one wants to be told you fucked up somehow. Nobody wants to be told these things. Sometimes it's necessary for your fucking role in life, right? Like, Farty, you dropped a fucking gun. Are you a retard?
Well, if I did, then yes, I must be.
Yeah, exactly. So if I were to sit here and call you a retard, you might take some umbrage to it, like a level of it, right? You might be a little upset that I fucking called you out on something. I'm upset. I want people to call me out on shit. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get upset about it. But I can also put those feelings aside and be like, oh, okay, well, fuck, and just take it to heart. Now, I think people are getting upset about the word retard because they know deep down that they have in fact become retarded, that they have been slowed down, that the progress of their learning and their progress, sorry, not the progress, and their ability to take a fundamental role in society has been slowed down, has been halted, and they don't like that.
Well, most people like to think that they're smart. And this has also stifled a lot of Americans, and especially in the last 4 years, And your media hasn't really fucking helped out too, because you got most of your media shitting on the one channel that actually has been telling the majority of the truth, which is Fox News. And so they're basically saying, "Oh well, Fox is saying the truth, but no, 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 no. We're not the dumb ones. We've got the correct information. We listen to Rachel Maddow, and she's very smart. And no, 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 only because fucking she says things with
She
such
might
fucking
be
conviction and shit.
smart. She
No, she's
might be.
not. She's a fucking idiot. But
I'm
they're
trying to
too
play
stupid to
devil's
understand
advocate
that.
here, Farty. I'm trying to play devil's. She might be smart, but not in the ways that fucking count.
Well, we've even got this problem out here, right? Is like take my Dr. Mongo for example, right? Now, I've been listening to fucking what oncologists have been saying, virologists and all this kind of stuff. The ones that aren't being paid by the fucking
By the
the
state.
pharmaceutical companies and actually did their own fucking research and are compiling their own information, doing peer reviewed stuff and all this kind of shit. And here's monkey boy truck driver here telling fucking a doctor that's fucking, hey, this fucking vaccine's probably fucking our version of our generation's version of thalidomide.
Right.
Now we actually have been probably kicked off now, but fucking,
Oh
and
shit! Yeah, for sure. This stream is medical misinformation.
it's not medical misinformation, you dumb cunts. Just do your own fucking research and like
They won't.
look at the cunts that fucking are actually talking and that are actually fucking. Well, what is Dr. John Campbell still up if it's medical misinformation? Because I get some of my information off him too, because
This
he's an aggregator. He
this
fucking
video
compiles a lot of this stuff.
will, just because you brought up that this video, the VOD for this will be, YouTube will take it down.
Well, then we'll have to go to California and set fire to YouTube headquarters. Fucking, this shit's got to fucking stop, man, because like fucking
Yeah,
hell, like it's fucking bullshit. Anyway, fucking, um, so like he looks at me like I've got two fucking heads, and I have to explain to him what fucking
don't
thalidomide
you?
was. Anyway, fucking, but because he's been told his information, and I'm like, yeah, go do your fucking homework, son. Oh no, I don't look at fucking this and I don't look at that. And it's like, well, okay, you're just basically telling me that you're going to work on obsolete fucking information. So what the fucking point is having you around?
Right.
Um,
Isn't the point of science to continue to learn shit and
yeah,
to go beyond what we currently understand? Because they're doing an awful lot of not that's.
yeah, exactly. And like with most of the Americans at the moment, like you fucking tell them, like say as an outsider, say with the war in Ukraine, for example, right? Best way of getting your information on that is go to a fucking country that doesn't have a dog in the race. Like Timor Tribune in Indonesia has been a fucking great fucking example of that because they don't have a dog in the race. They're just reporting what's going on. And it's not my bloody fault that they're showing that the Russians are consistently kicking the fuck out of the Ukrainians and have been the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Every time the Ukrainians say, oh, yeah, we're winning. No, they're fucking not. They're lying their asses off. They're actually getting their asses fucking handed to them. Even to the point of the death toll and all this kind of stuff. It's been well over 1 million fucking losses in fucking on the Ukrainian side for bloody almost a year now. I lost count fucking about bloody February last year, and it was up around the 800,000 mark. Um, and that was only from what I could gather from what was being reported, and even then, that's probably a conservative fucking estimate. But then, Zelensky comes out a few months ago and says, we only lost 36,000 people in this entire fucking war. It's like, oh, go get fucked, you idiot. No fucking way is that anywhere near the fucking truth, you dumb cunt. But of course, that's what CNN and all those kind of stuff will fucking report. And that's what most of the dumb cunts like, because the dumb shit on the
Yeah.
fucking TV reading the bloody teleprompter who can't actually answer any questions if you ask them any further, stupid talking head fucking said so, so I'm going to believe them. And then if anybody else tells me otherwise, you must be a conspiracy theorist. And that's been pissing me off too, because then I have to tell them, like, hey, dickhead, just go watch my first dozen fucking videos on YouTube and you'll see that I'm actually a conspiracy debunker. And then
Oh yeah.
because they're too fucking stupid to understand what that means, they probably just think, oh, you're just this extra special conspiracy theorist that, it's like, oh, no, the conspiracies, no, they're not true, but my one is. I'm like, no, I'm not one of the fucking 9/11 truthers either, because you ask them about like, oh yeah, you believe in fucking like simulated
Yeah, it's
victims or
crazy.
fucking or the pod under the plane. Like, no, we don't believe in that. But it was an alien space-based death ray, and that we got from DARPA and the Area 51 aliens. Like, oh fucking hell, you're just as bad, you dickhead. No, I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. And the Earth is flat too. Oh, fuck off, idiot.
Yeah, Dester says we've got a horde of educated fools that are convinced they're smarter than they actually are. And
Yep.
California is already burning on its own. Let's be honest, it's not burning on its own. They had help.
Yeah, well, I saw something today too where Trump tried to tell Newsom back in 2019, and the people who brought that forward are saying, "Oh, see, Trump was had the foresight and all this." No, he was just paying attention, because what also happened in 2019 was that we had a massive fucking blow up year that I was telegraphing for fucking years prior to that. And fucking all he did was saw what happened to us, and it was even to the point that the fucking state premier, bloody Gladys Berejiklian, had even cut the fucking fundage for the rural fire service a few months before we had that fucking big blow up year. So like it was like fucking mirrored image here. It's like Gavin fucking Newsom just went, I need some fucking smarts. Who can I bloody idolise as a, oh, that Gladys Berejiklian, she's a Whammons and she was in power. Let's follow her. It's like, no, you dickhead, that's the last person you want to fucking follow. It's
Oh
just like
yeah.
Hillary Clinton saying that she idolised Julia Gillard because Julia Gillard just happened to become the fucking prime minister of a country. And it's like, no, she was the worst fucking prime minister we ever had. So it goes to show a lot about you, you stupid hag.
I just want to point this out. This will probably be our last stream on YouTube if this VOD gets taken down for community guideline violation, because we'll have a second strike and then we won't be able to stream for like 2 weeks, which is
I
fine
don't
by
get it.
me. There's
I don't get it though. That's I fucking say worse shit in my own
Oh, I
videos. Not
know.
been taken down yet.
I know. It'll be the medical misinformation bullshit.
Well, there's got to be some cunt that doesn't like fucking one of us, because I
Or
reckon that
both.
was manually done. That.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure too. Someone stumbled upon it.
No, CNN said no. You said Rachel Maddow was wrong. No, silence and cancel.
Yeah, welcome to cancel culture. Don't you love it?
I can't wait until they take the leash off Generation X so we can go thump the fuck out of everybody.
Oh god. That'll be a glorious day.
Oh
You want to
yeah.
know? You want to know? Today's a glorious day. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is breaking news. This just happened. PETA posted 3 days ago that uh that taking milk from cows is raping them. That um the bacteria in milk is icky, and that bee linens are harmful for you. And
That's people
all
eat the animals, isn't it?
people eating tasty animals?
Yeah.
I think so. But PETA says all of this stuff that's patently wrong. And so Community Notes finally stepped in and bitch slapped the hell out of PETA. Their readers added context. Cows are not raped for their milk. Dairy farms have cows entering milking machines voluntarily, which is true. I've seen the milking machines.
In fact, fucking if you don't milk cows regularly, it actually is a detriment to their own health.
It causes not only does the weight pull down on them and is really painful, but it can also cause all sorts of infections. It can cause death. It could cause malnutrition because the fucking udders get blocked up. And then, like, you literally, when you go to milk them, after them not being milked for so long, they literally have something akin to fucking cheese in their fucking udders. And it is painful as hell to remove it. And how do I know all this? Because I worked on a farm for a while. And I saw it all firsthand. Yeah, it's not fucking good. They say bee linens naturally exist on the human skin in soils or dairy and are harmless. They also say Bavarian lectin linens have been shown to provide benefits to the gut health of people and animals. We've known milk. We've known about the healthy, like the naturally occurring healthy benefits of milk for fucking hundreds of years. People have been drinking milk for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years. Am I right to say that, Farty? Maybe even thousands of
Mm,
years?
mm.
Yeah, so we've known about how good milk is for us for a long time. Vegans are moronic. No, they're not moronic. They are
Retarded.
um shut up, party. Try to be serious here for a second. They are well intentioned, if not uninformed.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
they're also
another.
very highly emotional.
Yeah. Well, that's another point of fucking stupidity too. Like, well intentions never usually leads to good consequences. You fucking they think they're doing well, and they can't be fucking told otherwise. But they prefer to be fucking stupid as opposed to fucking learn.
Yeah. Desher says no, they're moronic. Veganism is unhealthy. It's not inherently unhealthy. There are some people who can't actually eat meat products. There are some people who can't actually like they can't have anything dairy, they can't have anything like they can't eat meats. And it's very rare that that people like this exist, and they are able to subsist on only vegetation.
Well, he is kind of
Hmm.
right that it is unhealthy. You know, if you just take that Australian bloke that was captured by the
It's
Russians in Ukraine, he was a vegan and he's now dead. Granted, the Russians executed him, but that's beside my point.
the point is that it's not voluntary veganism isn't inherently unhealthy. It's how it's how mainstream vegans eat that is unhealthy.
It's
By
vegetarians that actually piss me off because they got to put fucking mushrooms on bloody everything. Because mushrooms is meat for vegetarians. So what the fuck are you putting mushrooms on a
there's
fucking meat pizza for? It's not like they're eating the meat fucking pizza.
there's okay, so there's a difference between a vegetarian and a vegan. A vegan won't touch anything that comes from meat at all. They won't touch eggs, they won't touch milk, they won't touch butter, etc., etc., etc. The on top of the meat product. A vegetarian will sometimes complement their diet with poultry. And this is because vegetarians don't eat anything that graze. That's the point. That's the actual um difference between a vegetarian and a vegan is that a vegetarian will eat meats, but it will only be like fowl, it will be like some sort of bird, or it will be fish.
Well, my last job with the RFS was fucking babysitting a catering unit up in fucking Lithgow for a big fire that they had up there. And yeah, basically, I was the truck driver that drove the catering truck up there, and there was two little old ladies that was fucking supposed to be running it, but I ended up fucking cooking breakfast every morning for every cunt, and it was basically we were just cooking food for the control center. Against there, and there's one fucking vegetarian, and we had to go out of our fucking way to find a vegetarian option for him. And it's like, why the fuck do we let people like this in organisations like that? Just eat the fucking slop we give you and be fucking happy you get something.
Yeah, the taxpayers are paying for it. Put in your fucking gob and be thankful.
Mm.
Speaking of taxpayers paying for shit, Farty, go ahead and put this up on screen.
I will when it fucking lets me. Yeah, fuck your stupid tip off, you bastard. Fuck it off, you dumb
Did
cunt
you
of a
just say
thing.
tip off?
Yeah, the stupid fucking thing. Like, why aren't you fucking changing screen, you cunt?
That means
At this
something
stage. There we
entirely.
go.
That means something entirely different here in the States. You ready? You ready? Okay, we're ready. All right, look at this lady.
Come on, get up.
No, she's done.
Get up.
She's done. Seen this 1,000 times before.
What's that, Farty?
I've seen this 1,000 times before. She's fucking done.
Yeah.
It's not a
She
walking
just ran
stick,
12
sweetheart.
miles, though. Ran
Yeah,
12
so
miles
did,
with all
so
that
did
equipment.
everybody else.
There's the finish line. Given how little muscle mass is on her, I don't know whether or not to be like impressed or saddened. It took her 3 hours to complete 12 miles, is what the thing said.
Mm.
So I don't know if that's a
there's
good thing
counter
or a
at the end.
bad thing. I never made it that far.
No, it's not. It's not a good thing. Fucking no, like fucking like you'll find that they've probably given her a bunch of fucking passes and easy routes and stuff. Like fucking hell, man. Like that's the kind of shit you don't
I
want to have in
mean,
combat. I mean, like you talk about SAS fucking
yeah,
in Vietnam. There was one contact that they had that those cunts were fucking legging it for like 48 fucking hours, moving away from the Viet Cong who were fucking chasing them. And
yeah.
they were carrying more shit than this, Sheila, and they're running across fucking like jungle and stuff like that. And it was like full on fucking 2 full fucking days, no rest, no nothing. Then there's like the story of Bravo 20, where they had to fucking tab out of fucking Iraq to the Syrian border, and they had to do that in the fucking desert, and they were legging it again, like away from fucking people in vehicles. So that's the kind of shit that you got to fucking, and if you can't stand and fight, you got to bug out. And if you can't fucking run with your kit and all this kind of stuff, you're now a detriment to the rest of your fucking, because like our Western fucking doctrine is we don't leave people behind.
Right.
And, you've got to fucking keep up. Like, oh, surprise, surprise, she made it. Yeah, whoopee fucking do. But like fucking everybody else did the same fucking thing, and they probably did it in half the fucking time too.
Probably. I mean, if it were me doing that and I were able to get a 12-mile run with all that shit on me in 3 hours as I am now, I'd be damn proud of myself. But that would
I
just be
definitely couldn't
me.
do it.
What's that?
My knees and my ankles are too fucked to do that nowadays.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like my knees, my back, my fucking just my overall shape, my overall shape is Michelin.
If I had to carry a person out of a fucking burning building right
They
now,
definitely let her have breaks. Yeah, they let her have breaks right at the end there. Didn't you see like the 4 breaks she took to walk
yeah,
across the finish line?
like if I had to carry a person out of the house right now, I could carry a big cunt out of the house, like someone my size by myself,
But then
but
you'd be done
fucking
after that one guy.
oh yeah, yeah, I'm not going to be going back in for a second, and I'd probably end up in the hospital with him,
I got
or
another
at
one
least,
here. Hang
or at
on.
least complaining about my fucking back even more than I am now.
I got another one here now. Let me go ahead and sit. Nope, that's not it. That's it. All right, I got another one. Are you ready? Let me know when you're ready.
At Tuesdays, there we go.
Now, I want everyone to guess what's wrong with this picture, but hold it in and wait until the end of the video clip. Are you ready?
Hang on a sec. I'm going to point out the safety issue here.
No. Don't point it out yet. You got to wait till the end of the episode. You got to wait till the end of the video.
No. This is one you haven't picked up yet. And this is coming from like someone who's been a range officer myself. Her attire is too distracting.
God damn it,
That's
Farty!
the
You just gave
Oh
away the whole
fuck!
fucking thing, Farty. You piece of shit.
Oh, I thought she was going to do something like launch a fucking casing down her top or something like that because she decided that she wants to show her boobs while everyone's shooting.
No. Just Did you not see the shell?
Hit her in the
Watch.
ass.
Watch here.
Mm.
Let's go back again. Shell bounces off the floor and into her fucking chaps. And then she shoots at the ground.
Oh, neg discharge. Okay, yeah. All right.
Let's watch that again. Actually, let's watch it slower. I want to watch it slower, Farty. We should watch it slower. Are you ready? We'll do half speed. I think half speed. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
So here comes the. Oop, there is a shot, and then you see the shell eject and bounce off the floor into her thing, and then she damn near fucking gives herself a pinky toeotomy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
someone want to tell her that's not proper range attire?
yeah, and I guess the range officer fucking missed it because he was too busy checking out the skin of her ass.
Yeah, probably. Why is the target so close? Sometimes you do that. Sometimes they do close especially here in Wisconsin. I know that some of the ranges now have a have like a 1 meter target. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but they do put out 1 meter targets.
Well, the large majority of defensive shooting in the civilian world is going to be like very close,
Yeah,
CQB point shit.
within that meter.
Mm.
That's 1 meter is about 6 feet. No, sorry. 1
feet.
meter is about 3 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and realistically, you don't really want fucking civilians taking long range shots with fucking tiny little pistols, anyways.
Yeah. Dasher says I could see the ND a mile away. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't a fucking Smith and Wesson 500. Doubles back and blows a fucking head off. Yeah, it's about 12 to 14 feet. About fucking, yeah, even the coppers do that too. That's why they teach them the mag dump because fucking you can move quite a distance in 14 feet. And, fucking the Vietnam vets telling me that that one bloke said he reckoned he mag dumped a guy with 20 rounds and fucking the cunt was still running at him. That was with a M16. Wouldn't have happened if he had an SLR.
Oh my god, are you ready to hear about this bullshit?
Mm.
This is from the Daily Mail, so it's obviously tilted in one way. Here's the headline: Transgender girl was stabbed 9 times at a roller skating party, quote, in revenge for lying about her gender before performing a sex act on a boy. Court hears.
Yeah, maybe some people don't want to be fucking gay and all this kind of shit.
Maybe some people, want to be with the sex of the person they're attracted, the sex that they're attracted to, and not some made up bullshit.
Fucking the movie Crocodile Dundee. I'm wondering how that's going to go down nowadays because there's like a couple of scenes, right, where fucking like I think he gets to New York and he meets his first transvestite, and he gets told, and then he just goes up, gives it a grope, and it's like, oh fuck, okay, yep, there is a block and tackle down there, and like the transvestite's like, ooh, buy me a drink first, or some fucking shit like that. And then later on, he's at this hoity-toity party, and there's this just real ugly fucking woman that kind of looks like a fucking dude in drag, and he just goes up, gives her a grope just to check, and she's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck you doing?" Oh, sorry, love, I just had to check.
It would have been more appropriate if he said, "Sorry, dude looks like a lady."
Fucking, but oh, that was funny. I used to know this, like, a fucking old friend of mine, Charlie. Fucking, we were up around Paddington one day, and
Ranning Paddington? What'd the bear do to you?
oh well, no, this is a suburb in Sydney where it's like gay central. Anyway,
Oh,
fucking,
okay.
anyway, buddy. So he's fucking seen this fucking cunt with long hair. He's like, oh, she's a good sort. I'm like, dude, that's a dude. He's like, nah, it's not. Nah, it's not. It's got long hair. I was like, fuck you, stupid Lebanese bastard. It's a fucking dude. He goes, nah, it's not. Well, all right, go pick her up then. He walks up and he's like, oh, hi, how you going? He's like, good day, mate. How you going? Oh, fuck, shit. You ready?
You ready to hear another good one?
All right.
Teacher defends her sexual relationship with a student by arguing his grades improved.
Well, see, now, look, fucking, like, back in my day, if a boy got to fuck one of the teachers, no one fucking complained. Nowadays, I'm reckoning it's more the factor of it's the fathers that are complaining about it because the kid's getting more pussy than they are. And you got to admit, a lot of these fucking Sheila teachers are getting caught for it aren't bad sorts. Sure as shit. I'm sure as shit the fucking kids aren't complaining.
But wrong is still wrong.
Oh no, in society nowadays, it's only wrong if the guys do it.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're a man, fuck you. You're automatically evil and deserve to be fucking sent into the core of the sun.
Yeah, so it's not that bad when a Sheila teacher does it to a 15-year-old boy, especially if the 15-year-old boy's into it. But if the 16-year-old girl decides that she wants to fuck the teacher, which let's face it, that's fucking sometimes the case. Oh no, 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 big bad, big bad. I mean, look at you prude fucking Yanks. You think that fucking even 18-year-olds can't, like, who are legal, can't fuck a 35-year-old or something like that. You have a fucking whinge about bloody Leonardo DiCaprio swapping out 23-year-olds every few years.
Yeah. You ready to talk about some drama?
Eh,
So technically she raped her stabber. Oh my god. No, Dester, we're not talking we're moving on. So sometime last week, Asmongold calls out Elon Musk for not having for not how do I word this? Asmongold calls out Elon Musk to prove he isn't faking Path of Exile and Diablo 4 gameplay, right? That
right.
like he's received X amount of um achievements, right, in certain video games. Asmongold calls out Elon Musk. Elon throws a big fucking tantrum, stops following Asmongold, takes a shit all over Asmongold. And like, granted, Asmongold isn't exactly the brightest crayon in the box, but gets completely fucking dumped by Elon Musk. Elon Musk is like letting out fucking DMs and shit and just completely shitting all over the guy. Wouldn't that constitute negative activity? Wouldn't that constitute, fucking wouldn't it earn Elon by his own fucking bullshit that you'd be deboosted for your negative actions and your negative activity and your fucking negativity in general on Twitter?
Well, I put up with a lot of fucking Asmongold's nonsense, fucking watching some of the suggested fucking clips that he's had, and
Oh yeah.
he does strike me as a real fucking clueless cunt that's just sitting there like, well, what the fuck's going on here? Oh, the fires. Oh, what the fuck's going on there? Oh, I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot. But like fucking, like, I don't know why everyone's taking his opinion on anything, but then I saw a
Right.
video the other night where he just had some fucking really fucking dumb fucking lefty take on something. I'm just like, oh, get fucked, idiot. So I really couldn't care less about fucking Asmongold
I
now.
can appreciate Asmongold. He's in the middle of an awakening, I think. Because there's a lot of right wing shit that he agrees with. And there's a lot of left wing shit that he agrees with. But the shit that on the left that he's agreeing with, he's like slowly starting to come away from because of a lot of things he's been seeing in his own fucking chats and shit. He's a Nurgle acolyte. Yeah, he's a Nurgle acolyte for sure. Farty, if you don't know what that is, Nurgle is a god in the setting of Warhammer 40,000. And Nurgle is the god of disease. And well, Asmongold, well, you know about the whole apartment, right? The whole apartment thing. How like he
Yeah.
had fucking spiders and fucking cockroaches living in his sink because like all of his dishes were dirty.
Well, that's fucking so what? So do I. I'm a fucking lazy ass bachelor.
Well, yeah, but
Should see the
you're
pile of coffee cups that are sitting next to me.
well, I'm not saying I'm any bad. I'm not saying any worse. I'm probably on par with you. I've got fucking soda cans all over the place.
And as for
Um,
fucking having to shame someone to take a shower, man, like I pride myself in the fact that I'm a walking war crime, and because I fucking stink so bad. That just means that people don't want to fucking hang around me, and I like that
yeah,
being an introvert. Because I've
I
recently found out as a Sigma, I really don't like fucking cunt small talk. I really couldn't give two shits about most people's days and all this
yeah.
kind of shit. So when people come up and talk to me, I just wave my armpits and they fuck off real quick.
So all I'm saying is he's an acolyte of Nurgle. That's all I'm saying is I agree with that statement. But I too am an acolyte of Nurgle, so I could care less. um I don't think I've showered in like 2 weeks, to be honest with you. And that is because of depression. Asmongold is putting up a front. He's saying it's not depression and shit. He's saying he's just a lazy piece of shit. That's fine. I can tell you that for me, it is the depression. For me, it is the lack of motivation to get up and do any fucking thing. There are some times where I'm like, I can't be bothered to talk to fucking talk to Farty. And I
Mm.
know there's times that Farty just doesn't want me around. I know there are. There have to be because fucking him and I are fucking two peas in a pod. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just fucking calling it like I see it.
That's part of the reason why I can't get much shit done nowadays. Is like important conversations I need to have. I'll start ringing the cunts, and instantly I just lose interest in the conversation and want to fuck off and do something else. So I tune out.
Oh
And
yeah.
people give me instructions to do shit because I really couldn't give two flying fucks about fucking sitting there listening to them. I just tune out and then I'm like, hang up, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck just happened there.
I mean, there's a reason the stream's only 2 hours, and like I start to lose like focus, not interest, but focus. And then I'm like, hey, I need to go recharge. And that's
At
it.
least it's not. At least it's not like this Sheila I used to know called Esther Tucker, who was the head of fucking OH&S for fucking First Fleet, and she was renowned for only having a couple of kilobytes of fucking memory left over from anything. So we had to fucking pick the three fucking most important fucking issues out of the 150 of them because she didn't have enough fucking memory to keep up with us to fucking get the rest of the list done. So
Damn.
evidently nothing fucking ever got done.
Damn, dude. Um,
But she wasn't a bad sort for a 60-year-old either. That's the
neither
fucker.
is fucking Chloe. Have you seen Chloe Annette? Have you seen her recent pictures?
Like I said, she reminds me too much of me first ex.
Okay. Dude,
Still rather Claire Grogan.
right. That's who I meant.
Yeah,
That's who I meant. Have you seen her, dude? Have you seen recent pictures of her?
I looked her up the other like in was it the first Red
Hang
Dwarf
on. I'm
stream that we
bringing
did
up,
in
I just brought up
IMDb.
her IMDb page. This is
Hmm.
the most recent picture of her on IMDb. This is the lady that played Christine Kachansky originally on Red Dwarf. Go ahead, Farty. Show that. She's in her fucking what, 70s now?
Oh, I don't know if she's that old.
Well, she was in her
Oh,
20s when she did Red Dwarf. That was in the 80s. Add 40 years to that.
mm.
Yeah, 60s. Look
Well,
at her,
fuck, it
dude.
should
She's
say
still
her
a
age on
fucking
her own.
knockout.
You're on her IMDb page. You should say fucking age in the bloody bio.
Yeah, she's a fucking knockout, dude. Hang on. I'm gonna go back here. IMDb.com. Oh, that's just a picture on her. Fuck me. Claire Grogan. Oh, okay. 1962. Yeah, she's in her 60s.
Hmm.
Look at that, dude. She's a fucking knockout, dude.
Yeah, I must be getting old if I'm fucking looking at 60-year-olds now and thinking,
Where's she in this picture? Where's Waldo? There she is. In the back. Second to last row next to the dude with the brownish orange cardigan, I think. Sweater. Like, there she is. Third one in from the right. Treatment
anything.
resistant seasonal depression. No, dude. It's like all the time depression.
The only thing that fucking annoys me is that I know that all the Sheilas my age are dirty fucking sluts, and by the time they get into fucking old folks' homes and stuff like that, it's just going to be a massive fucking brothel, right? But my longevity, fucking since my dad passed away, and he passed away exactly the same reasons as his father, it looks like fucking the blokes on my side of the family only have a use by date of 63 years old. And well, I've treated my body like a temple that's been raided by ISIS, so 63 is fucking optimistic for me. So I'm not even going to get to the fucking old folks home to have me fun. Break hips.
um,
Where the fuck were you 40
I
years ago? You were running away from me, you dumb slut.
I really don't have any faith that I'm gonna live past 60. Neither of my parents made it to 60.
All the shit I've done, I'm fucking surprised I'm still alive now.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, fucking just in the RFS alone, I was blown up once and presumed dead fucking twice.
What the fuck is this?
What?
Hang on, I'll share. It's meme time. It's meme time with Frank. Hang on, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming, Farty.
Oh, well, while you're showing memes, pop up my fucking big Mike meme that I
I
made earlier.
will. Just show this one first, you jerk.
The goth lesbian makeout session at Broadway Market while trying to score a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos and still tired.
Cap Hill is Capitol Hill. That's in Washington, D.C.
That's where you go and ask them if they want a third. Or you just stand there just slowly flogging your log until they leave.
In public.
Or they
One of
fucking
those is
join
a
in.
dude. You think one of them is a dude, Des?
You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. I'd fuck both of them. They've both got an asshole.
All right. So Farty says show his thing. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let's show Farty's thing. Here we go.
That's in reference to saying that, or him saying that he's not going to show up to the inauguration. Somebody else made a comment about when on the story that reported it, saying that she had a Green Bay Packers game tryouts or something like that.
This is also another meme Farty dug up. Take that as you will. This is some of the shit Farty gets up to. All right, I'm done sharing Farty's activities.
There was another one that had fucking the Obama daughters standing there and with a real fucked up look on their face, and it's like that moment when you hear your mother and father in the room and he goes fucking to her, or she goes to her, fucking one of the two.
Okay. So I don't know if Dester saw this or not. I'm gonna put Blender up on the chat here. Hang on. I'm gonna put Blender up on the screen here. You know what? Fuck it. Dester can go look at the MechMender account and see that. Fuck it.
Yeah, it was funny. Camel Toe gets there, turns around, sees the two of them joking, and it's like, yeah, I'm being left out again.
Good. We're tired of using all that fucking. You saw the cardboard man mech. Good. Did you see the model I made around the cardboard man mech? I made a new mech. Go and enjoy it. It's the best thing ever made. I don't care what anyone says.
He did, tore a putty tat.
Yeah, I did top Woody Tat. She's literally fucking sleeping right behind me in the top half of a Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan box top.
I might see her outside playing in the rain at the moment.
Why are they out? I'm not going to ask.
Fucking windows open. They can come in anytime they want. They'd just rather be outside in the rain.
I did something pretty janky the other day, Farty. I was going to tell you about this on stream, and I'm just now remembering it. So a while back, I created an alternate account on Twitter, and I have it logged in on one of the like 7 or 8 different fucking browser I use, and I've just got a bookmark, so every time I open it, it's there. So I go on this thing, and I sent a very mean tweet toward my main account, right? So Exile Chandor gets a fucking mean tweet thrown at him, and it's been what 3 or 4 days at this point. I've lost track, but still not a notification that what I had posted was retweeted by my alt account, that the account that I had created said anything negative about me, that the account that I had created for myself told me to go fuck myself, or any of that good nonsense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not an algorithm that picks that shit up. I'm pretty sure it's butthurt fucking liberals that fucking.
Oh no, it's an algorithm. It's an algorithm because that post is still up on my alternate account. No one has reported it.
No.
And it was in reply to. I'll tell you what it was in response to. I had posted an AI generated picture of a wizard in a wheelchair. You know what? I'll just show you. I'll just show everybody because that'll be easier. If you haven't seen
it, half working.
If you haven't seen it, what's half working?
Gant half working.
No, he's Gan don't. So here's the meme I made with AI. I won't disclose what AI I made. But there it is. There's the meme. Can't walk, but I can still use magic to be utterly useless to you. It's the algorithm that reports it to butthurt liberals and Indians.
You can't be that much of a fucking good wizard because surely you'd be able to levitate around. What's the use of the wheelchair?
Yeah. Oh no, see the thing is that there's this lefty thing of like, I want a wheelchair in my D&D game. I should be able to have a combat wheelchair. Okay. Enjoy. The party's going on without you.
Yeah, paraplegics aren't fucking special forces. They don't jump out of aircraft. They just can't move.
No. Have you ever tried to play a driving game when you're a paraplegic? Like at an arcade? Those things aren't adapted for 6th edition. It's not even called 6th edition. It's not even called 6th edition D&D, Dester. It's called D&D 2025 or just D&D. They don't call it an edition anymore. They went out of their way to decanonize fucking Gary Gygax and like everyone else who wrote the original editions. Everyone else who's contributed in the past. And it's not even 6th edition.
Jeez, it's funny. I remember back when it first came out and all the fucking idiot parents were like, oh my god, they're corrupting our children. They're running around pretending to kill dragons and shit with tin pots on their fucking heads and shit. Like, oh, fuck, they're just fucking role-playing. Fucking leave them alone. Now it's no big thing.
Oh yeah.
And now all the weirdos have fucking got, yeah, the satanic panic.
Ah,
Now all the weirdos have fucking corrupted it and no one fucking cares.
yeah. And the fucked up thing is Republicans warned us 30, 40 years ago.
Mm,
They were like, this is gonna happen.
yeah.
And I fucking hate that they were right. I fucking hate that they were right. What else did they say? They said that the whole gay community was going to become a fucking floodgate for pedophiles and shit. What
Yep.
happened?
Oh, don't be silly. That's not going to happen. And guess what? It fucking happened. Oh, and people are going to fucking, like, rapists and shit are going to fucking pretend to be women so they don't have to go to fucking the ass prison so they can actually fucking, have fun in prison whilst fucking having a captive audience. Oh, that's not going to happen. And guess what? It fucking did several bloody times. Oh, drag queens and pedophiles aren't going to turn into drag queens just so they can go into fucking females' toilets and have their merry way with them in a fucking, in a safe environment for them to fucking operate where the blokes can't go in
It
and rip them out.
is.
Oh, that's not going to fucking happen. Guess what? It fucking did. Not chastising children is going to lead them to fucking run amok because fucking, touchy feely fucking go sit in the corner with the fucking dunce's hat on your head's not going to fucking work. Oh, that's not going to happen. Well, guess what? A 15-year-old just stabbed a fucking Coles worker the other day. And now I can't buy a fucking knife out of Coles.
It is what I keep telling people. Human beings are prone to taking advantage of any fucking thing they can. Even when they know they can't get away with it, there are motherfuckers who are dumb enough to still fucking try.
Mm.
And I am
Yeah,
tired of pretending like that we as a civilization have like not gone that far. I'm tired of pretending that's not the case.
this says because hippies did the same shit with free love, and yes, that's exactly right too. Because the free love destroyed the fucking the bonds of marriage, and then made fucking divorce non-stigmatized, and now fucking you got single parents who can't fucking look after their bloody kids, and now they're running a fucking muck, or fucking they're
And
trying to
now
chop
the
their cocks
single
off or
parents are
something.
like, why can't I have a stable relationship?
Yeah, and then their daughters are growing up to thinking that fucking monogamy is something that they need to fucking avoid and all this kind of shit. And now they're running around sleeping with every fucking dude
No,
left,
no,
right, and
no. You
center,
got
and
it all
wondering
wrong,
why they
Farty.
hang on. They're wondering why they can't fucking get a relationship and all this kind of stuff. And then they get convinced that fucking abortion's the only form of fucking contraceptive out there. But don't worry about VD and all this kind of stuff because what the fuck is that? And now stupid sluts are trying to normalize. Oh, don't fucking stigmatize us for having VD. No, yes, you filthy fucking whore. Don't fucking root around, bloody slap a fucking finger on, God damn it. So that
Um,
Sheila just boinked a thousand fucking dudes. I wonder if she even bothered to
and
check to see
then
if any of them were clean.
and then she walked out in fucking public with the cum still stuck to her fucking face, giggling. I honestly think she wanted someone to approach her and go, "Hey, you're a fucking dirty little whore. You're a dirty little fucking slut.
Oh, well,
You
you can't say that. It might hurt my feelings. Well, don't be a fucking slut then. We won't hurt your feelings.
uh guess what? I might be hurting your feelings a little bit now, but what you're doing to yourself is a whole other can of fucking worms. And if you want to fuck around and find out, sure, go for it. I won't give you any advice that from this point on, but fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, shoplifting is a victimless crime. What do you mean the stores are closing? They are racist. Yeah, well, fucking shit, economics, man. Oh, what the fuck is that? Well, that's right, they don't teach that in school anymore.
well, yeah. And you got it completely wrong, Farty. Um, these women don't think of monogamy as something to avoid. They think it's a kind of wood.
Mm.
But no.
Hang on, coach my little boy
I'll
up.
just go fucking fuck myself then.
Hang on. Nah, little boy's coming over for cuddles. He really fucking does it, so I'm trying to coax
Oh,
him over.
pick that fat ass of his up and put him in your lap. Make sure he knows that he's welcome in that house to stay.
Yeah.
Um, in other news, It was 100 dudes she fucks. Now she's done the 1,000.
Mm,
She did them in
yeah.
like groups of like 5, and then she walked around fucking London with fucking cum all over her face. She rented out an Airbnb, turned the place into a fucking mess, and then left it that way. Um, Speaking of fucking Nurglings and Slaneshis, um, GW just announced the Champions of Slanesh box set, and now I'm just waiting for some third party to kindly release free versions of those models online.
I have no idea what you just said.
So Slanesh is another god in Warhammer 40,000. And Slanesh is Slanesh is known as She Who Thirsts. And is also known as the Prince of Pleasure. A very androgynous god. That is all about all things pleasure. And since it's a chaos god, every fucking person that worships Slanesh is basically a Hellraiser Cenobite.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slanish sounds like a European term for a sloppy minge. Oh, she got a Slanish.
You wouldn't be too far off. You would not be too far off. And so what? So they released a box set of a whole bunch of models that are in this set, and now I'm just waiting for someone to go on to like, you know how I do like these stupid mech game models that I'm working on. Well, I'm waiting for someone to release free versions of every single thing in this box set, so that I can 3D print them myself and not have to fucking spend $300 on a box set that's worth maybe $70.
A box set of assorted models as opposed to a bunch of models with a box of assorted creams.
Yes.
That's actually the name of a packet of biscuits out here.
Oh
Box of
shit.
assorted creams. It's also what we call a slut. She got a box of assorted creams.
No. Fuck GW is the reason why I started making weapons of mass dysfunction, Des. And I really like. I just got a set of models out to one friend of mine, and I want to get another set of models out to someone else. But I want to like get it out to someone who's um, like kind of on the higher, the higher end of spectrum of like, hey, I'm a little indie creator. I'm trying to get this game off the ground. Could you please take a look at this? Let me know what you think. Here's a pack of STL files for free. Enjoy one way or the other. You don't have like I don't feel like you have to be responsible for it. I just wanted to share. I don't know. I don't know. I want to get it out there, but I'm afraid of fucking um I'm afraid of like being a nuisance. You know what I mean, Farty?
Just annoy the crap out of them. It sounds like they'll ignore you either way.
Yeah, probably. That says, like I said, Mr. Welsh would be your best bet, but he gets that a lot. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I don't think my game is gonna stand out that much to people. Like it's a simple rule set. It's a very small fucking table. Like it's a 3 foot by 3 foot table that you play on. Um, so in terms that Farty can understand, it's like a it's like chess almost.
Hmm.
I don't know. Uh, I
Well,
what? Huh?
fucking yeah. Well, SpaceX had a fucking a RUD, which is fucking funny because We used to have a prime minister called Kevin Rudd, and it's sort of like, yeah, that sort of kind of describes his fucking prime ministerial fucking career too. It was rapid, unplanned disassembly.
Hmm.
So what I reckon's happened because they were testing some new heat panels, like fucking heat shield panels of different materials, and I reckon they probably failed and burnt through. But they're also saying that, like in whilst it was up in orbit, there was flames issuing from one of the hinges on one of the control surfaces, which they'd also decreased in size as well. So I think that's also
Yeah.
partly one too.
Um, I just recently heard about the Japan lander.
What
Um,
the one that fell on its side?
yeah. So like it didn't fall on its side. It was designed to fall a certain way, but because of like, they were too far off the ground and they cut the engines a little too early and it bounced and ended up rolling over. So now the solar panels are like facing the wrong way,
Mm,
and they're hoping that like whenever the the moon can rotate a certain way, they're hoping that there'll be enough sun to hit the panels so they can get it back up and then get it to where it needs to be sitting. And I think this happened like a couple of years ago, like in
yeah,
22, 23. So I
yeah.
don't know if they corrected that or not. I didn't follow up on it, but I thought that was an interesting fucking story.
Well, there was another one that they did fucking several years ago, and NASA actually does things in metric. Um, and someone fucked up and did a few measurements in imperial,
Yeah.
and it thought it was a lot further away from. I'm pretty sure it was the moon. It might have been Mars, but it ended up fucking smacking it at like fucking 8 times the speed of sound or something like that.
It may as well have been fucking 10% of the speed of light at that point.
Mm. It was something along the lines of I think some of the Europeans like that they
Mhm.
had something to do with like some of the programming and stuff like that, and they thought,
Mhm.
oh, Americans must be imperial, but didn't realize NASA's fucking using metric just to make the world like life easier for everybody else, and
Yeah.
metric's actually a bit more accurate too.
Well, accuracy is kind of an arbitrary term, but I will agree with you that metric should probably be the standard the entire world over. Um, that being said, there are cases in which imperial is kind of better to use, especially in like construction.
Well, imperial with naval cannons,
Yeah.
because I know what 16 and
Mhm.
18 inches is in regards to a fucking a rifled cannon,
Yeah,
but
16
you
inches is like 400 some odd. What is it? Four.
406 millimeters. We just fucking
Yeah.
had to work that out, and it was like, well, what the fuck's 406 millimeters? Fucking
Yeah.
46 centimeters. What's 16 inches? Like, fuck it, just say
Well,
16 inches.
that and shells and cartridge sizes are in inches too, right? For the most
Mostly,
part.
mostly.
Yeah.
If it's a caliber, then
Mhm.
it's like say 45 caliber. That's so I think it's 11 millimeter, something
Yeah.
like that. 40 caliber is 10
Mhm.
millimeter. 38 caliber is like 9 millimeter.
Yeah, and those are done in fractions of inches. So it's like
Yeah,
if it's 40 caliber, four it's like four
point 0.4 of
twelfths
an
of an
inch.
inch.
Yeah, it's point 0.4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Fucking so like 7.62 is 308. It's
Yeah.
0.308 of an inch, or 22 is 0.22 of an inch.
Yeah, and 5.56 is like half an inch
Is
with a little extra.
Oh no, 5.56 is 0.223 of an inch, so it's slightly bigger than a 22, just slightly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Right. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
was doing the conversion wrong. My bad.
But then you get like say 30 caliber, which is still like seven. It's 7 millimeters, or 7 point something millimeters, and then that's where you get
Mhm.
like 308. That's still
Yeah.
30 caliber, but it's 0.308 of an inch instead of just 0.30 of an inch.
Yeah.
30 odd six
Mhm.
is 0.30 of 0.3006 of an inch. But so when you say 30 caliber, that could mean anything from fucking 7.62 to 7.92, which is also 8mm, that's known as, because it's just close enough to fucking 8mm to just round it up. But sort of that's where you got your metrics fucking a lot more accurate than your calibers, because it's like something of an inch and sort of like an exact measurement. Yeah, 0.277. Yeah, that's the new one. So it's like it's still a bit bigger than that was a theory that everyone's been working on since the 5.56 came in. Is like the 5.56 is not as good as a 7.62, but a 7.62 in some cases can be a bit unwieldy, especially if you're getting like smaller troops or females involved. So what would be ideal is something that has the stopping power and the size of mass and all this kind of shit of a 7mm bloody projectile, but the ease of shooting of the 5.56, so something halfway in between, and that's sort of kind
Yeah.
of where they're going now. 6.5,
Yeah.
6.7, something like that. But that was just a logical step. The reason why bullets used to be so fucking big, like they still had the 7mm bullets and stuff like that, was it was a holdover from black powder days, because black powder wasn't as powerful. You used to have a bigger projectile to sling down the thing. So muskets used to be like 50, 60 caliber, half inch, a bit bigger than half inch, and that was just so to put a fucking big hole in you, and that was to take the watsy from the lack of power. And then your 45 ACP round, the one that's used in the Colt 45 pistol and the Thompson submachine gun, that's actually a real fucking slow bullet, but it's got this giant chunk of a fucking round that's going at you, so it'll hit you with a lot of like kinetic energy and mass as opposed to
Yeah.
kinetic energy from speed. And so, like the 303 Lee Enfield originally was in black powder with the long Lee and all this kind of stuff, and then when they had smokeless powder, it turned into the 303 super velocity round, which meant they're going a lot fucking faster. And but it still sort of had that holdover large bore round from the black powder days, and then that sort of held up until like post World War II. And then they've realised, well, actually, we don't really need a round that can take out a bear to shoot a human. And that's pretty much where, like in the late 50s, early 60s, the US Army sort of went, yeah, we can probably get away with a 22 caliber round now, like some tiny little pellet that goes super fucking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.8 by 51.
Like a Derringer round.
Well, so
Maybe not that
Derringers.
small, but
Well, a Derringer is actually the type of pistol. It's a single shot pocket pistol or a double, like 2 round double barrel pocket pistol.
yeah.
That's just the type of gun it is. That can be in a lot of different calibers.
I
And
saw the smallest caliber ever made though. It was put inside a fucking wristwatch.
you can get these needle guns now that fire
Yeah.
like little tiny pins, like little tiny ball bearings, and fucking Brandon Herrera just got one. Can't remember whether this is an old video or not, but he went and shot a fucking bloody can of fucking White Claw. And even I was thinking, yeah, it'll go in and it'll be stopped by the back round, by the back wall
Holy
of the can, but it went
shit,
straight
that's
through the fucking thing.
relatively fucking cheap. The PFG USA 2mm pinfire watch gun was used by the KGB. Even though it was a US manufactured gun, the KGB got their hands on it.
Yeah, well, 2mm isn't going to cause you much drama unless you put ricin inside the fucking. You drill a little cavity in the fucking the projectile and you put a bit of ricin in there and it'll poison you.
Or you go right for the fucking jugular. If you're
No,
able to hit the jugular, that is.
it's a tiny, tiny little fucking you may as well stab someone with a sewing needle at that point. That's what they used to use, and most famously, it was a compressed air umbrella gun that they used to fucking use this
No,
type
these
of
had little like the pin came in the bullet, and the
yeah,
pin was like on the stuck out of the side of the bullet, and the
yeah,
hammer would be like
yeah. That's a pinfire round,
yeah.
but the actual projectile itself, and they've used the projectile in its same capacity, but in a different type of weapon. Like, so
Mm,
the projectile itself has got a little tiny hole in it. They put some ricin in there, and that's fucking really evil poison.
gotcha.
But
Yeah.
the most famous use of it was they used the same projectile in a compressed air umbrella gun. And they've actually assassinated a few people in London doing this. And basically, they walk up, they just poke you in this, like, say, in the back of the leg with the tip of the umbrella, and it goes off. And you can do it in a crowded room; no one can fucking hear it. You just feel some little itch on the back of your leg, and you're like, "Oh, well, what the fuck was that?" And about 2 hours later, you start getting really fucking sick, and the hospital doesn't know what the fuck's going on. You end up dying of ricin
Yeah.
poison. And
Well,
it's
even
only in a
still
couple of
with
drops you get
ricin, you
faint.
can't even touch it. It absorbs into the skin.
Yeah, yeah, well, fucking, they only find out in the autopsy. I was, what's this little pinprick in the back of his fucking leg? And they pull out this little tiny pellet in the hole, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And by
Yeah.
that point, the assassin's just long gone. No one fucking even saw it happen.
And they don't hold fingerprints real well because it's fucking 2 millimeter across.
Yeah, well, even then, you'd be using gloves anyway, so.
Well, yeah. Probably neoprene or something just so that it didn't slip while you were loading it. Because those things
Mm,
are fucking tiny.
uh, pretty sure they didn't make T-72s, but there was another tank that the Russians were using, which was a copy of the Vickers 4-ton, I think it was.
Yeah.
There
Oh
was a
my
Russian copy
god.
of it that we were sending them because like, we were pretty much had the blueprints for them as well.
Roseanne Barr did a rap song with Tom McDonald.
That's going to be interesting.
Apparently, it comes out today. So we'll have to see what that's like.
Oh, pity Dodge
Um,
isn't still here.
I know. Dodge would have fucking gone. He would have turned into a schoolgirl.
Yeah,
Um,
we helped promote the fuck out of it.
oh god, yeah.
That's pretty cool of Tom too. He gave Dodge a shout out when he passed away.
Say again.
That was pretty cool of Tom too. He gave Dodge a shout out when he passed away.
Did he really? Holy shit! I can't
Yeah,
believe I missed that.
yeah. Can't remember where he did it, but fucking I know he did. It happened.
All right, I am starting to run out of battery here, so let's leave on something. Here, let's leave on this. It's on the thing party.
Hmm.
Oh, you already got it. All right, we're ready. Look at that. It's a snow weasel. Okay, it's basically a Pokemon. All right, that's all I had to share.
Hmm.
Dester says, "Oh God, that voice rapping. It'll be interesting. I think it'll be
It could be
interesting.
worse. Could
It
be
could
worse. It
be."
could be Fran Drescher in porn. Can you imagine that? Be like crows fucking. Ow, ow, ow. It's something you want to see happen, but you don't want to hear it.
You kind of have to, though.
I'm Mr. Sheffield. There's a reason why that show was so popular in Australia because Out in Her Fanny fucking translates into something much more vulgar out
Yeah.
here.
Uh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, she could
Uh,
make herself sound hot, but she can do it all the time, but
yeah. I just still can't stand her fucking. I still can't stand her voice. I think she's cool and shit, but I still can't fucking stand her voice. Anyway, I'm tired. It's time for me to leave.
right, yo. Oh
Have a
well, thanks
good.
for joining us and all that kind of crap. Bloody blah, wolfy wolf. Well, anyway, boys and girls. Boobies.